Good evening, everyone. We're going to get started. I'm Heather Hayes, Associate Dean for Strategic and Student Affairs. On behalf of Boston College Law School, I am so pleased to welcome everyone to our Commencement Eve Award celebration. I am thrilled. I saw the number of participants and so many members of our community have been able to join us tonight, friends and family as well, probably from near and far. We have a lot to celebrate. Before we begin the awards, a little bit of housekeeping. We are starting off tonight in a Zoom webinar where you can see us, but we can't see you or hear you yet, but our chat is open. At the conclusion of our awards, all are going to be invited to our awardee toast and a virtual reception. The link will be posted in the chat and you may want to have a favorite beverage on hand at that point. Lastly, as the person who collects all of the nominations for our awards, I can tell you that there were far more deserving graduates than awards to present tonight. You are an exceptionally gifted and talented class, and I have been and I remain in awe of your many accomplishments. So at this time, it gives me great pleasure to turn the program over to our Dean and first presenter, Vince Rougeau.
Thank you so much, Dean Hayes, and good evening, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be with you today for this wonderful event. So I'm very pleased to present our first award, which is the Dean's Award for Diversity. And this award recognizes a student who has made outstanding contributions to diversity in the life of the law school community. And this year's winner is Chinyere Okogeri. As noted by one nominator, the BC Law class of 2021 has endured a global pandemic, a riot on the US Capitol, the police killing of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and so many others, acts of discrimination against transgender individuals, and racial hatred against Asian Americans. These and other events highlighting the effects of systemic racism in the legal system have imposed extreme burdens on law students of color. One graduating student in particular has not only risen to the occasion, but surpassed it. In words of another nominator, Chinyere Okogeri has, quote, been devoted to improving diversity at BC Law since the moment she stepped foot on the campus, and has worked tirelessly to amplify, advocate for, and support diverse student voices. She's well known at BC Law for her strong work ethic and her dedication to improving diversity, equity, and inclusion within our community and the legal profession more broadly. A courageous but humble leader, she has served as a 1L representative and then co-president of the Black Law Students Association and co-chair of the Lahanas Retreat before becoming its student director. For the past 2 years, Chinyere has made invaluable contributions to effect meaningful change as the Dean's appointee to our Diversity and Inclusion Task Force. Outside her leadership within student affairs, Chinyere volunteers with the Big Sisters of Eastern Massachusetts and has worked to address systemic racism through both research and practice in the BC Innocence Clinic. As described by yet another one of her nominators, Chinyere is a woman of insight and action. She has great compassion and means business. We are so lucky that she chose to pursue her legal studies at BC, and we will benefit from her hard work for years to come. Thank you, Chinyere, for your myriad contributions to BC Law, and congratulations on this much-deserved award. Our next award is the Sheila McGovern Award, which recognizes a student for their achievement of personal goals under extraordinary circumstances. And this year's award goes to Maria Smith. In the midst of a global pandemic, we've all had to overcome barriers and adjust to difficult circumstances. I commend this graduating class for their perseverance in pursuit of their legal education, and in particular, I'm pleased to highlight this year's Sheila McGovern Award winner, Maria Smith. A diligent student and kind person with no shortage of strength and grit, destined for great things, these are the phrases that Maria's peers and professors use to describe her. Her fortitude and determination in the face of competing demands are simply extraordinary. In addition to thriving as a full-time student at BC Law, Maria has been working half-time as a patent agent at Choate Hall and Stewart, and is the mother of a 4-year-old son. Now, to be a parent during the COVID-19 pandemic is a commendable feat in and of itself, but to be a working parent and a full-time student in a demanding and rigorous academic program is both incredibly impressive and positively inspiring. One of her nominators remarked, "I, for one, stand in awe of Maria. If she could do this, she can do anything." Maria, many congratulations on your hard-won achievement. Our next presenter is Professor and Associate Dean of Experiential Learning and Global Engagement, Judy McMurrow.
Hello, and congratulations to everyone here for their extraordinary work. Before I present the awards for clinical excellence, I'd like to acknowledge the Dean's email this morning about the Clinical Legal Education Awards, which were awarded to Chinyere Okogeri and Veronica Waldinger, the Clinical Award for Excellence for their work with the Innocence Clinic, and Dewey Wen for extraordinary work in externships. Now, we have 2 awards today for clinical excellence. First, Cheryl Ann Pasha. As a participant in both the Juvenile Rights Advocacy Clinic and the Ninth Circuit Appeals Project, Cheryl Ann has demonstrated extraordinary commitment to clinical work on behalf of her clients. In the Juvenile Rights Clinic, she demonstrated excellent legal skills and great compassion when she advocated against the long-term suspension and expulsion of her high school age client, who was able to graduate as a result of her advocacy. In the Ninth Circuit, Cheryl Ann's client was willing to testify against a powerful cartel, and a state prosecutor mistakenly sent this confidential agreement to the cartel members. Now, the immigration court had denied her client protection, but a unanimous Ninth Circuit court not only granted relief, but in a rarely exercised power, granted the client full protection soon after oral argument. The government attorney acknowledged in argument that she had been persuaded by the reply brief written by Cheryl Ann and her partners. Cheryl Ann's advocacy had a transformative effect on the life of a child in JRAP and saved a man's life in the Ninth Circuit Clinic. Cheryl Ann's clinical work represents the powerful impact that the excellent lawyering by our students can have on our clients. Congratulations, Cheryl Ann. The second awardee is Julia Novak. Julia demonstrated outstanding research and writing skills in the amicus she prepared with her partner for the Inter-American Court of Human Rights in the landmark case of Bedoya versus Colombia, arguing for the international protection of women journalists' human rights and freedom of expression. Julia continued to work on the case voluntarily after the semester ended until the hearing was held and the amicus brief submitted. She also translated the original English version into Spanish. After excelling in the Human Rights Clinic, Julia changed directions and in the same direction, she embraced new challenges to work with the entrepreneurs in Project Entrepreneur in the fall and Entrepreneurship and Innovation Clinic in the spring, where she represented 3 businesses from 3 different sectors, demonstrating exceptional professionalism, grace, and emotional intelligence to advocate for her clients. Julia's most impressive client work helped a startup that was recovering from the pandemic. She researched, planned, drafted, and executed all aspects of a migratory merger. I don't know what it is either. Transformed the company from an LLC to a corporation and moved it to Delaware so that it was now positioned to start a critical round of fundraising, something we all recognize. She worked in these disparate clinics. Her work with these disparate clinics demonstrates Julia's extraordinary breadth and depth and her commitment to excellence. Congratulations, Julia. Now, the next award is the Gurwitz Award, presented to Kayla Zerfoss. The Louis S. Gurwitz Award honors a law student who has shown selfless commitment to the defense of those without the resources to defend themselves. Kayla Zerfoss started law school with an eye toward prosecution, but during her 2L year, she took the prison hearing clinic. While in the clinic, the COVID-19 pandemic hit, and Perhaps it was the especially disparate impact on her prison clients that was a source of Kayla's transformation from wanting to be a prosecutor to defending those who lacked the resources to defend themselves. Kayla stayed with her prison cases well into the summer and early fall as she joined the BC Defender Clinic. While a BC Defender, Kayla was always quick to volunteer to take on more arraignment cases and dates. She demonstrated deep compassion for each of her clients. She participated in both a jury and bench trial, each to a not guilty verdict, and was successful in achieving 2 motions to dismiss for 2 different clients. Kayla has a selfless commitment to the defense of those who lack the resources to defend themselves, and therefore is a perfect candidate for this award. Kayla, congratulations. Now our next presenter is our Assistant Dean for Academic and Student Services, Emily Libby.
Thank you, Dean McMorrow. I'm pleased to present the Richard G. Huber Award. The Richard G. Huber Award honors a student for scholarship and leadership in extra and co-curricular activities. I'm excited to announce that the award goes to Joseph Manning. One of our 3 public service scholars in the class of 2021, Joseph's time at BC Law is characterized by his leadership in cultivating a culture of service and his distinction as a top academic performer. As president of the Environmental Law Society during his 1L year, Joseph revitalized the organization and helped plan the Navajo Nation service trip. Last fall, he served as a teaching assistant for the Global Public Health Law course in BC's new Schiller Institute for Integrated Science and Society. And this spring, he went on to design and teach the Environmental Law and Policy course for BC undergrads. In addition to his scholarly achievements and immense personal character, Joseph's commitment to the Jesuit ideal of service-based justice make him an incredibly worthy recipient of this award. Congrats, Joseph. I'm now going to present the Richard S. Sullivan Award. This award honors a student for overall contribution to the law school community, service to the community, and outstanding school spirit. I'm thrilled to say that this award goes to someone I've worked very closely with and is so deserving. Congratulations to Kayla Snyder. Although Kayla's many roles as a highly active member of the student body speak for themselves, she has been both president and treasurer of the Law Student Association, vice president of the Black Law Students Association, a member of the Diversity and Inclusion Task Force and Faculty Working Group, and a BC Law School ambassador, just to name a few. Whew, I'm exhausted hearing that list. It is her generous spirit and tenacious advocacy on behalf of her fellow students which leave their mark on our community. And the words of her nominators clearly speak to this. Her classmates write that her leadership, charm, and kindness are unparalleled. She works tirelessly to ensure all students feel welcome and puts others before herself while never complaining. In the midst of challenging social upheaval and a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic, Kayla rose to the occasion and made sure that the community endured and thrived. Thank you, Kayla, and congratulations. The next award that I'll be presenting is the Law School Award for Service and Leadership by a Group. This year's Law School Award for Service and Leadership by a Group goes to our Public Interest Law Foundation. Congratulations, PILF. PILF's service through their volunteer efforts to raise funding for students pursuing unpaid summer public service positions is well known. But PILF also provides our community with meaningful opportunities to engage in community service. This year, PILF was involved in a new service opportunity, Spring into Service Week, in conjunction with LSA and Lahanas. The collaboration demonstrates the impact student organizations can have when they work together for the greater good. As we recognize this graduating class, it is notable that the PILF board is led by 3Ls who have spent the previous 2 years serving their community and providing opportunities for others to serve. PILF has always invited students, faculty, and staff to participate in the annual toy drive, which provides toys to around 300 children in foster care each holiday season. Last year, their fall and spring service days were expanded to include faculty and staff along with students to come together through service. During this past year, when so much need has been visible to our communities, the PILF model of consistently prioritizing service and including our entire community in critical opportunities to serve has inspired other student organizations to expand opportunities to our community during an unprecedented time of hardship. PILF, may your model and legacy be passed down from one student organization board to the next, forming a new tradition of continuous service opportunities open to all in our community. Thank you and congratulations to the entire e-board of PILF. Our next presenter is our Director for Public Interest and Pro Bono Programs, Michelle Grossfield.
Hello, I am so pleased to present the Aviam Soifer Award to Abigail Rosenfeld. The Aviam Soifer Award honors a student for public service achievement and leadership. Abby Soifer served as the Dean of BC Law and a faculty member who is known as a brilliant scholar, a kind-hearted lawyer, and a dedicated pursuer of social justice. I am honored to present this award to Abby. As one of her class's 3 public service scholars, Abby came to BC Law deeply passionate about social justice and serving underrepresented individuals and communities. It was clear even before she joined BC that she was steadfast in her determination to be an advocate for others and an impactful leader in our community. In their nominations, her classmates have echoed this sentiment in stating, Abby is a committed and devoted person with leadership in all that she does. And faculty have expressed, Abigail has spent her 3 years at BC Law committed to public service, both within the walls of the law school and outside. The quality of her work product and client counseling skills are superb. Her attention to detail in every public service task she engages in truly sets her apart. Abby is a talented, curious, and serious learner who has excelled in law school academically and through the meaningful contributions her hard work and talents have achieved, whether through her leadership as a scholar in planning the annual public interest law retreat for the school and leading the planning for it this past year, as a leader for the school's Public Interest Law Foundation, Law Review, or her contributions in multiple clinics, internships, and pro bono work. Abby's success in these endeavors is consistently to the benefit of those around her, due to her always keeping service to others as the driving purpose for her work. Congratulations, Abby. I am now pleased to talk about the Pro Bono Program and Public Interest Designation Fellows for the class of 2021. The Pro Bono Program proudly recognizes our graduates for their dedication and their commitment to providing pro bono services. The name for each graduate who completed the Pro Bono Pledge can be viewed in the program for tonight's celebration by clicking on the link in the chat. Over 40% of the class of 2021 provided pro bono services during law school, logging more than 11,000 hours. Congratulations. Of pro bono at nonprofits, legal services, organizations, and government agencies in Boston, throughout the country, and around the world. Over 28% of the class completed the voluntary pro bono pledge. We also congratulate our graduates who completed the Public Interest Designation Program. The program is designed to encourage, guide, and recognize students who are committed to public service by preparing them academically and experientially to have a successful career in the public sector after graduation. Over 19% of the class of 2021 have been named as Public Interest Designation Fellows. We congratulate all of these graduates, as listed in tonight's program, for dedicating their legal skills and experience during law school to provide critical services to individuals and communities near and far. Congratulations. Our next presenter is our Director for Graduate Legal Education and International Programs, Susan Simone Kang.
Thank you, Michelle. Good afternoon and boa tarde. We are very pleased this year to present the LLM Leadership Award. This award is given to a student who serves as an ambassador of the LLM program with our faculty, staff, visiting scholars, JD, LLM, and exchange students. We are proud to announce that the recipient of this year's LLM Leadership Award is Ms. Isabela Alves. Isabela graduated with her first law degree from the Universidade Estadual de Maringá in Brazil in 2018, where she was the class president. And Isabela has a postgraduate degree from the Instituto Brasileiro de Mercado de Capitais of São Paulo in 2021. At Boston College Law, Isabela is the Law Student Association representative of the LLM class. She is a member of the Latin American Law Student Association, the Space Law Society, and the representative Boston College Law School member of the Law and Development Society. Upon graduation, Isabela plans to take the Connecticut Bar examination. Please join me in congratulating Isabela in her accomplishments. Parabéns, Isabela. Our next presenters are our President and Vice President of the Law School Association, Kayla Snyder and Morgan Lamb. Kayla?
Hi, everyone. It's great to see so many people here, even if it's virtual. I'm going to be presenting the LSA Faculty Award. This award honors a faculty member chosen by the 3L class for their efforts and contributions above and beyond the classroom. This year, our recipient is Professor Ingrid Hillinger, which comes as no surprise as she was also chosen as our commencement speaker. Professor Hillinger is equal parts professor, mentor, career service advisor, mother, grandmother, aunt, and friend. From the moment you meet her, she's asking how she can help you and does so with a genuine heart and selfless spirit. And while I'm completely biased in my assessment because Professor Hillinger has been instrumental to my experience at BC Law, I'm not alone. To quote some of my peers, her devotion to her students is endless. I cannot count the time she has helped me with school and life. She goes above and beyond, not just for her students, but for all students. She is one of the most compassionate, kind, funny, and fierce human beings that I have ever met. The admiration and respect that she commands from her students is apparent to anyone who has ever set foot in her classroom. It is a privilege and an honor to present this year's award to Professor Ingrid Hillinger. And up next, Morgan is going to present the award for admin and staff.
Before I present this year's recipient of the LSA Staff Award, I would like to make a special mention to Dorita and BC Dining. There were an overwhelming number of students who mentioned Dorita in the nominations, and we felt it was really important that we gave her this recognition. Now, as for our LSA Staff Award, the Staff Award honors a staff member chosen by the 3L class for their service and commitment to the student body. This year's award goes to Dorothy Commons in our Career Services office. I remember meeting Dorothy at one of our very first networking events at law school and panicking to her about a 1L internship. She assured me this was not going to be something to worry about at the moment and offered a sense of calm in my panic. I'm also not alone in these sentiments. In the nominations, one of my peers mentioned, Ms. Commons was my career advisor and always went out of her way to make me feel welcome and heard. She provided great advice for getting employed, and I am thankful for all her efforts. Another peer mentioned, Dorothy has always had a positive impact on me throughout law school. This was especially true during OCI when I was uncertain about my ability to secure a summer internship. She made it a point to always answer my seemingly 1 million questions, as law students always have, and encourage me before interviews. She stressed that it was important to let my personality shine through in interviews. Please give a warm round of applause for this year's winner, Dorothy Commons. We are very lucky to have Dorothy here at BC Law. And our next presenter is our interim dean, Diane Ring.
Good afternoon. So I'll be presenting the Cornelius J. Moynihan Awards. This is presented annually to students who have done outstanding editorial work on law school publications. Each year, approximately 150 students contribute as writers and editors to our flagship Boston College Law Review and our Uniform Commercial Code Reporter Digest. Ranked among the top law reviews nationally, BCLR covers a variety of contemporary topics with prominent outside thinkers and BC law students in 8 annual issues, including student notes and comments on federal circuit court decisions. The UCC Reporter Digest, which focuses on contract disputes, torts, bankruptcy, and more, serves as a comprehensive tool for practitioners to research case law on various commercial topics. This year, I am pleased to announce 3 recipients of the Moynihan Award: Caitlin Duran, Max Fabazuski, and Yanni Nyo. As co-editor-in-chief of the BC Law Review, Caitlin Duran has been an active mentor to first-year students and a consistent source of support for all members of the review. According to our Law Review Publications Director, Caitlin makes everything look easy and has remained cheerful and optimistic, even as the world around us has made that hard to do. In addition to leading the Law Review effectively during a uniquely challenging year, Caitlin committed herself to revamping the selection process in order to diversify the student membership and promote inclusivity. The fruits of her labors will have a lasting impact on the Law Review for years to come. Also, co-editor-in-chief of the BC Law Review, Max Fabazuski has proven himself to be an adept and versatile leader. Over the past year, he has responded amicably to the stresses involved in operating a complex organization remotely and handling a myriad of COVID-related problems as they arose. During his tenure, Max went above and beyond the standard duties of the editor-in-chief. He enthusiastically updated the style guide, amended the bylaws, researched rankings, drafted documents setting forth the difference between old and new blue books, and did it all with distinctive skill and passion. As our Law Review Publications Director remarked, Max may be the only person on earth who cares more about this review than I do. Within a week of being elected editor-in-chief of the UCC Reporter Digest, Yanni Nyo was forced to respond to the novel challenges brought on by the pandemic. She quickly adapted the journal to an online format, not only maintaining its operations, but improving it in numerous ways. Yanni revamped the student manual and instituted new training modules for incoming writers. According to her peers, she is known to go out of her way to be accessible to journal members, edit the work of others in an encouraging way, and consistently produce the highest quality product possible. Yanni's steady hand at the helm of the Reporter Digest has been a clear benefit to the law school. To all 3 of our publication awardees, I thank you for your diligent service and wish you all the best going forward in your careers. Congratulations, Caitlin, Max, and Yanni. And now we will hear about our academic award recipients from Dean Rougeau.
Thank you, Dean Ring. Our next award is the Dean Dennis A. Dooley Award, which recognizes the student who ranks second highest in the graduating class, our salutatorian. And it's my honor to announce that this year's salutatorian is Samuel Barrows. Sam has not only distinguished himself through his hard work and dedication to his studies, but he's been an active and engaged member of our community. An executive senior editor of the BC Law Review, this spring he published his note that explores the startlingly common phenomenon of pseudo-law, pro se litigants who develop, share, and use frivolous and conspiratorial tactics in court. In the fall, Sam will join the firm of Latham & Watkins. Congratulations, Sam, on this incredible achievement. Our next award is the Michael A. Flanagan Award. The Attorney Michael A. Flanagan Award recognizes a student who ranks first in the graduating class, our valedictorian. I'm honored to share with you that the valedictorian of the BC Law class of 2021 is Anne Hart Rabon. Anne is known as a tireless student who works hard to become better every day. She has contributed to the life of the school as well as being active in the Sports and Entertainment Law Society, having been a U.S. cross-country Olympic ski team member prior to joining BC Law, and the Women's Law Center. Anne has an outstanding reputation amongst her peers, including her fellow law review members, who note not only the exceptional quality of her work on her law review note, but also on her work as one of the review's managing editors to elevate the work of everyone under her review. This fall, Anne will clerk for Judge J. Travis Laster in the Delaware Court of Chancery. Congratulations, Anne, on this remarkable achievement. Our next presenter will be Associate Dean for Strategic and Student Affairs, Heather Hayes.
Thank you, Dean Rougeau. Before I announce the next award, you had an announcement this morning that went out over email, and I just wanted to congratulate our Drinan awardee, Haley Wellner, along with our 3 graduates selected to receive our 2021 Public Service Legal Fellowships, Peter Alfredson, Cameron Casey, and Kayla Zerfoss. We are just so confident that you are going to be able to represent the school well in your public interest careers. So congratulations to all of you. I am now very pleased to present the William J. O'Keefe Award. This year's award goes to Courtney Ruggeri. The William J. O'Keefe Award honors a student for outstanding contribution to the law school. For her leadership of the BC Law Impact blog and her tireless contributions to the fabric of the Law Review as executive note editor, you deserve this award. A blogger from the start of her 1L year, Courtney has spent 3 years helping to grow and shape the Impact blog into the powerful publication it has become and truly worthy of its name. She expanded the audience of the blog through increasing and diversifying content. She also encouraged many students from diverse backgrounds to become writers on the blog. The main readers of the blog are prospective and admitted students, and this year-over-year work has had a tremendous effect in helping the law school recruit its most diverse class yet. As executive note editor of the Law Review, she has spent countless hours editing, supervising, and facilitating the Law Review note publication process, including, I've learned, notes outside your personal queue. But beyond her editorial day job, she realizes the importance and took the lead to organize events to foster a strong community on the review, something made even more important during this COVID world. And she also spent significant one-on-one time as a mentor to many of the members, encouraging them to apply for the e-board positions to continue the legacy and the impressive reputation of the review. Thank you, Courtney, for your passion, positivity, and significant contributions to the law school community. Congratulations. This next award I am pleased to present is the John D. O'Reilly Jr. Award. This year's recipient is Zane Fernandez. The John D. O'Reilly Jr. Award honors a student's outstanding contribution to the law school community through service to its students. For being a voice for and influence of change, I'm thrilled to present this award to you, Zane. An incredibly thoughtful and kind person, Zane is a friend to many outside the classroom, always ready to help or available to chat or to sit with someone sitting alone in the yellow room. Given his nature, he has helped others learn, grow, and challenge their biases and assumptions. Inside the classroom, his intellectual curiosity was apparent and improved the quality of the experience for all. While often quiet in the front of the room, I've heard, one nominator noted that when he did raise his hand, it was always the most insightful question or comment. Zane is also a known leader on campus and at the university. It takes courage to speak publicly, and he has consistently done so, as during our town halls for DEI and other topics, at our vigil last summer and in written advocacy. His voice was heard in a letter urging BC administration to disarm our university police because of the deeply rooted level of distrust between communities of color and law enforcement, stemming from a history of racial disparities that holds true for BC students of color. Zane, you are a truly remarkable student, deeply committed to social and racial justice issues, and we are thrilled to celebrate you with this award tonight. Congratulations. Our next 3 awards are typically given at our commencement ceremony, but due to our COVID timing restrictions, Dean Rougeau will be presenting them now. Dean Rougeau.
Thank you. Our first Commencement Day award is the St. Thomas More Award, which recognizes a student who exemplifies the intellectual, spiritual, and moral qualities of St. Thomas More. This year's recipient is Justine Sheehan. Our recipient this year, Justine, is noted as having embodied St. Thomas More's dedication to being not just schooled, but educated, and to putting that education to use for the benefit and welfare of others. A peer noted that some may underestimate her given her sweet and kind nature, but having overcome hardship and loss, she is a force to be reckoned with. Her faith is nothing short of inspirational, and she lifts up every person she encounters. Justine, I congratulate you on winning this year's St. Thomas More Award. Your dedication to many student organizations, and in particular to reinvigorating the St. Thomas More Society, has been of great service to all of us at BC Law. In the words of one of your nominators, you are an exceptional woman who will bring honor to the legal profession and to BC Law, and a blessing. You will be a blessing to your clients. Congratulations, Justine. The next award is the Susan Grant Desmarais Award. The Susan Grant Desmarais Award recognizes a student for public service achievement and leadership. This year, I'm pleased to present the Desmarais Award to the 2020-2021 president of BC Law's Public Interest Law Foundation, Cameron Casey. Since arriving to law school as a 1L, Cameron has consistently advocated for and participated in significant efforts to strengthen our public interest community through PILF. Under her leadership, PILF created a racial justice stipend and established a DEI working group, the legacies of which will provide a strong framework for continued thoughtfulness around public service and inclusivity in resource allocation for years to come. Outside of her PILF leadership, Cameron performed research on topics critical to social justice for the Law Review, which resulted in 2 publications, and devoted significant time to pro bono work with BC Law's Innocence Clinic. A steadfast advocate for public service and a gifted leader and student attorney, Cameron is a commendable recipient of this award. Congratulations, Cameron, and thank you for all that you have done. Our final award is the Philip Joseph Privitera Class of '95 Commencement Award, which honors a student for exceptional contributions through outstanding scholarship and commitment to service, as well as to the work of the law. The award recognizes an individual who is an extraordinary student leader as well as an excellent scholar. It was clear from the nominations that this year's award should be presented to Mitchell Carney. As one nominator noted, Mitch is a giant among us. He is one of the smartest, most dedicated students at BC Law. But Mitch didn't just come to BC to learn black letter law. He came to learn the tools to create a more just world. Mitch distinguished himself early on at BC as a public service scholar and a Rappaport Policy Fellow. As someone in the top of the class, Mitch is known for sharing his intellect with others, such as by serving as a con law TA and academic success peer tutor. He's also someone who consistently shows up, whether to volunteer to mentor or to attend organization events. His co-curricular activities and leadership are many, from moot court, PILF stipends director, and director of Lambda's Trans Rights Committee, to the Regulatory Law Certificate Program for the Environmental Law Society, the Amicus Brief Pop-Up Clinic, and leadership in the establishment of an LGBTQ+ scholarship. He is commended for his pursuit of social justice through his scholarship on the Law Review, focusing on what incarcerated people experience inside our prisons as a result of inhumane and dysfunctional criminal laws. Mitch does all of these things without recognition or a desire to be recognized. But today we do recognize you, Mitch, and thank you for your incredible contributions, both in scholarship and service to BC Law. Congratulations. So one final congratulations to all of our awardees. This concludes our webinar portion of the awards night event. We hope that everyone will now join us for a toast or two or three and a short Zoom reception. You can find a link for this in the chat. And we thought it would be fun for the awardees, for everyone to be able to see everyone, and particularly for them to see each other, see their classmates, family, friends, faculty, and staff here tonight. So we'll see you all there shortly.